Where are we today with understanding and managing fibromyalgia? Fibromyalgia is a neuroimmune condition that affects almost roughly 5% of the UK's population. That means roughly around 3 to 5 million patients struggle with this condition. Of course, it's more common in women, expected or suspected to be almost 3 times more prevalent in women than in men. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen in men. And our condition and the understanding of fibromyalgia means that it can present in many different ways. And in terms of age group, again, we used to think that it was more common in middle-aged women, but we are now finding that there is no particular age group that is proof from it. In clinical practice, we are seeing patients who are quite young, early to late teens, and then we are seeing that in people who are in their 60s or 70s as well. But of course, the biggest group is usually in the 30s to 40s. In a previous video, I've gone over the differential diagnosis. What are the other factors or other conditions that could mimic symptoms similar to fibromyalgia? But in today's video, I'm going to be looking at it from a clinical perspective. What are the causes of fibromyalgia as we understand it now? Because that has an impact on how you're going to treat it. As I've said before, we must think of fibromyalgia as a condition where the nervous and immune system is going into a combined amplification and oversensitivity. And that means that any particular set of circumstances that sensitize the nervous or immune system put somebody at the trajectory for getting a diagnosis of fibromyalgia. So what are the ones that I've seen in my clinical practice? One, the onset of symptoms of the nervous and immune system going a bit haywire can happen after a major surgery. So that's one common cause, that there is onset of symptoms after a major surgery. The second is after a major period of any illness. That could be a pneumonia, that could be an ICU admission, but any kind of significant illness that impacts on the systems is another common criteria. The third is often something more significantly traumatic, like a road traffic accident. So physical events such as a road traffic accident can be a causative factor. The fourth can be actually any kind of a traumatic event. So that can be a bereavement, that can be a shock, that can be significant stress that is ongoing in terms of carer's responsibility or being diagnosed with cancer or something like that. That can be an emotional change in the nervous and immune system. Another common one is actually adversity in childhood or previous trauma of any kind that is very significant. So that can be a physical, mental or emotional, sexual abuse of any kind, and adversity before the age of 18 when the nervous and immune system is developing. What's called adverse childhood experiences are another risk factor or possibility for the nervous and immune system going haywire and then staying haywire. There is also the suggestion that sometimes a viral infection that affects the gut, so something that disturbs the microbiome, could also make and cause conditions like fibromyalgia. Indeed, up to 70% of fibromyalgia patients may have irritable bowel syndrome, indicating that the immune system around the gut is not functioning normally. Now, these are the 5 or 6 common causes of fibromyalgia. There is a small percentage I see in the clinic where none of these factors may be present, and that we must recognize could be a reason as well. For example, in the younger age group, I am often seeing children who are neurodivergent. So girls or boys who have a diagnosis of autism or ADHD. We think that there might be a change in how the nervous system and immune system is wired differently, and that might be putting the entire nervous system on high alert and sensitizing it so that by the time they're just coming out of their teens, they have all the symptoms that get diagnosed as fibromyalgia. So these are the common causes of fibromyalgia. I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next video where we shall go a little bit more detail into the treatments that are present for managing and treating fibromyalgia. Thank you for watching the videos. I hope you're getting value from them. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications on when the next videos are to be released.